You don't know who I am, then you don't know my show, then that means you've been under a rock. I am Albino. Our approval rating is 100%.
99.9.
Kill him. Oh, like I said. You know the rules. You think it, Carlos says it.
I love you.
Shouts it.
Son of a...
And sings it. I am sorry, but that is my favorite jam of all time. And now, it's all completely uncensored.
Oh, Carlos, you can't say that.
Packed with special features like deleted scenes, bloopers, and never-before-seen footage way too hot for TV. Plus, hilarious guest stars and a very special appearance by Mario Lopez.
We have to be who we really are inside.
You think they suspect anything back at the office?
No, pendejo. They think we're gay.
Oh, going after Red Band again. We got to show every time he goes. If you catch one that we don't show, tell us, because we want to show every time he treats Red Band like that.
How about one more time for the great Sam Talent, ladies and gentlemen? Red Band.
I'll be in July. I'll be in San Diego with Casey Rock.
Is that still not sold out?
No, they just released new tickets.
Oh my God! Wow.
AmericanComedyCode.com.
Wow. Help Red Band fill up the comedy club he's for months in San Diego, people. The entire city of San Diego.
What the is so funny? Look at this beet red skeleton, by the way. Really? And look at
the Billionaire Podcast Network.
Yeah.
Ka-ching, ding, 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 ding.
Episode 15. Please Don't Be Mean to Me, the Billionaire Podcast Network. Salutations. Thank you for tuning in to Podcast. I am your host, Lily J. Abernathy. This week, I wanted to take a moment to discuss the up-and-coming, already a knockout of the park, Billionaire Podcast Network. A network that simultaneously exists and doesn't exist in its current state. Like something out of dark matter, we are currently still in the box. But rest assured, it is coming. We are crafting what I consider to be a very unique and fun experience for the viewers and listeners. I personally am working on several ideas that I don't want to discuss before they are ready, but I hope and think you will enjoy. But I do have some things I can talk about. We currently have our first interview in the works with Troy Heesch, host of the Primitive State podcast, and are looking to expand with more interviews as well. If you like the show, please tweet at Mr. Mike Rainey of the Dad Meat podcast for me. I hear he is doing interviews for his new book, Delco Dirtball. He was very kind and helpful to a longtime friend of mine during a stage of recovery, and I would love to thank him for it, and also promote his new book. I'm a bit of a reader myself. As some of you know, I am quite fond of Frank Herbert's Dune novels, and have already pre-ordered Mike's book at his site onperks.com. I am also working on some episodes where I will discuss various pop culture topics, such as music, movies, TV shows, these types of things. Things such as why Deep Space Nine is the best Star Trek, why Final Fantasy VIII is the best of the PS1 era Final Fantasies, a Twin Peaks episode, why Tokyo Drift is the best Fast and Furious film, why Abbott Elementary is trash and should be cancelled, or something along the lines of why you should visit the country of Colombia and how to do it the correct way. Feel free to let me know which ones you're interested in the comments. Feel free to shoot me a message about something you would be interested in seeing me cover as well. I'm very open and receptive to talking about almost anything. I already did a bit of a proof of concept for these with an episode I did titled Podcast Plays, Crow Country, available on my X Highlights and YouTube page. Crow Country is an indie video game that was recently released and I think deserves attention for anyone that is familiar with the horror shooters of the PS1 era. As someone who has been obsessed with films since I was a child, I have quite an impressive collection available on a personal Plex server. I am currently researching the best way to do a movie night at least once a month, where I can select a few movies for the viewers to vote on from my collection. Then we can watch it on a selected date with an interactive chat available and have a great time. I also have a set of podcast stickers that I have made and am currently awaiting one more design for the pack. I will be sending these to a select few fans. The remaining will be made available at a later date, or perhaps at an event I may or may not be attending in person. But enough about me and the things that I am willing to discuss with the audience at the moment. Let's talk about some of the other programs at the BPN. Corn-Fed with Dalton Pruitt, featuring Sal Michael, the Italian stallion of the network. I'm sure everyone listening is familiar with this show. I wouldn't even be here doing this right now if it wasn't for Dalton. If for whatever reason you are unfamiliar with the show, here is a clip from the most recent episode, The Iron Clam, featuring Lexis Deanna and Ali Cakes.
Yeah,
want to use clearly the buns in this operation.
I saw.
She's the best in every operation.
This is a chaotic episode.
I know, guys. We all have ADD.
Yeah, so I saw.
All right, I gotta put that down.
I don't watch anything Barstool really. I'm not. I would say I'm not a fan of Barstool.
We do like the one suck challenge though.
The one suck challenge was a good bit. That was an early bit we did, which is if Dave Portnoy sucks.
Just to see if he likes it.
He's so gullible.
You just throw a bottle of piss at us?
We got a wicked piss that we got a hoe on the ground.
The show is a refreshing entry into the podcast space, as it brought the return of Dalton to the podcast multiverse, as well as the introduction of Sal and the Legion of Sals. Who are the Legion of Sals, you ask? Well, as it is Italian law that every family include at least one person named Sal, Sal has a number of cousins with the same name, yet each one has their own unique skills and personalities. There's Lawyer Sal.
You get AIDS. Some people get AIDS.
Hey, some people get AIDS.
Yeah. Some people get AIDS.
That's live.
Yeah, sometimes,
Big Sal.
Dogging on it. I like those, like, one of my top fives is shredded mini wheats. They go so hard.
Frosted
shredded mini wheats.
Yeah, thank you.
Gotta be good frosted though.
Frosted shredded mini wheats, they absolutely slap. And Rice Krispies themselves go really hard.
Yeah, when you dump
Little Sal.
Japanese women. I don't know why they're the most Japanese people are like the most edible looking people. If you had to eat somebody, what race
Now you got me thinking about it.
What race would I eat?
What race would you eat?
Spanish.
You go Spanish.
No.
Like European Spanish?
Oh, you'd be
No, sorry, like Mexican.
Okay. That makes more sense, yeah.
Probably be sweet too, because they all got diabetes.
Mm-hmm. Diabetes nuts.
And a yet-to-be-revealed Mystery Sal. If only Fans Girls and the Legion of Sals weren't already a stacked guest list, a number of other people have been on the show as well, ranging from internet personalities like the volatile Phemoid, to comedians like Zac Amico and Dru Montana, or artists like Chris Elliot. Speaking of Phemoid, even at the earliest stage, the BPN already has a dynamic that is unique. While she seems to be a sometimes friend of the show of Corn-Fed, she is very much an enemy of a co-host of another show on the network, Crackery Zac Amico. And to push this unique dynamic even further, she seems to be a future sexual partner and possible ex-wife of another co-host of the same podcast with Crack and Dalton, Robbie Goodwin. Yes, The other podcast hosted by this trio is everything that you wanted from the Loud Boys and more. Dalton, No Joe Gorman, Robbie 2.0, and a national treasure that's ready to call out from kilometers away.
I've been enjoying it. I think, Crack, you're just a who can't hang.
Well,
Yeah.
don't talk
Do
to
not
the
say
don't
that.
talk
Yeah,
to Crack
okay.
Amico that way.
Honestly, let's be real here. What's your issue with me?
Dude.
That's why I muted you on the OnlyFans too. Ain't nobody hearing that. Are you ready to behave? Are you ready to
asked
behave?
me to be.
All right, bye. Banned from studio.
The Crowder Boys. One of the fastest rising podcasts in recent times is well on its way to being the #1 live podcast in the world. A future arena act, if you will. Genuinely, this is one of the only podcasts currently out that has a comedian or multiple comedians as a host that are actually aiming for funny. I know what you must be thinking. Wait. Comedy. On a podcast with comedians? That's not a thing, you British. If you're tired of podcasts like MSSP, which is essentially just Matt's secret podcast at this point, or thinking that maybe Protect Our Parks number 40 won't be a repeat of the last 39 Protect Our Parks, then please tune in. The show is live every Wednesday, and the chat is encouraged to participate. Don't forget to super chat to be heard. Bang bang, Margang.
Hello, I am General Zhu, leader of Chinese Army most elite squadron, the Oriental Sword. We interrupt Billionaire Podcast Network operation. We see that you are work with big-time Chinese terrorists, known Papa Wu. Responsible for 100,000 deaths. If you have information of Papa Wu location is urgent, we must know. We reward you with package of most secret MSG and Chinese spy wife or husband.
That's hot.
Please say words aloud. I know where Papa Wu is and we send CCP agent to your location. Thank you for cooperation.
As if having corn-fed with Dalton Pruitt, featuring Texas Sal, the Crowder Boys, and podcast with Lily Abernathy weren't already a great start to the BPN. We have something else that I don't believe any other networks have. A sincere Bible study show currently live every Saturday evening. Corn-fed Bible study, currently on its 14th episode, and does not seem to be slowing down. I mean, when was the last time you heard about a Bible study podcast? Never. But hey, the BPN's got it, and the people love it. If you aren't familiar, the show is hosted by Pastor Dalton Lee Pruitt of Corn-fed and Crowder Boys fame. Every week, he discusses life, current events, and delves into the Bible. The chat is encouraged to participate and even super chat if they want a specific verse read or discussed. While on a network mostly focused towards comedy and comedy-adjacent things in its current state, this show is not a mockery of religion or the Bible.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. We have a verse request. God's Note, $5. Matthew 23, verses 5 through 9. Let's see. I got my King James here. My King James Bible. Let's see.
You want to take it away? You want me to get it?
I got it.
Okay.
Matthew chapter 23, verses 5 through 9. Here we go. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts in the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven.
Can I get a word alert on phylacteries?
Dude, I don't even know what I was worried I wouldn't even be able to say that.
Phylactery,
Dude, I hit
small leather box containing Hebrew text or yelem worn by Jewish men at morning prayers.
That's that cube they wear on their heads. Seen that? You seen the Jew cube?
Worn by Jewish men at morning prayers as a reminder to keep the law. It is a Jew cube. I'm looking at pictures.
It's the Jew cube. Yeah, it's that thing they wear. That, like weird. I never knew that's what it was called.
It is an incredibly unique podcast with recurring guests such as Pastor Sal Michael and Pastor the Real Dr. Dru Flores. Pastor Dru also co-hosts an incredibly funny and unique podcast as well, known as Dork Court. Please watch Dork Court and Phil Tony. Are all those podcasts not enough for you? Well, I have one more podcast to speak about today, The Idiot Investor. After a vicious CIA psyop that left host Dalton Pruitt hospitalized, he has recently been reclaiming his spot as the Muaddib of podcasting. As a way to recover the riches that were stolen from him, he has decided to take a chance on stonks.
It seems like Pineapple Energy is like actively trying to become a like respected solar company. Like they're trying to do good work because they got the bid on a bunch of cool, like really good contracts. Like the big one was this one that's supposed to happen in New York this month. It's like a subsidiary of Pineapple Energy called Sun Nation.
Okay,
is going to do like a 1.95 megawatt industrial solar project for some building in New York.
Yeah.
And so they're getting like all these different bids all over the country for these like solar projects. And there was some good PR that came out the last couple of days as press releases. That now a lot of folks are very bullish on Pineapple Energy. For those that don't know, bullish means there's people like it.
Mm-hmm.
They like the stock now.
Bull bad, bear, or bull good, bear bad.
Bull good, bear bad.
Follow Dalton on his journey through the deadly and highly addicting stock market as he defies the hate of online trolls telling him he will lose it all. Learn from his mistakes, take advantage of his knowledge, and come along for the high-octane ride of a lifetime. It's like drugs, but it's gambling. This is also not financial advice. The Idiot Investor, only on the Billionaire Podcast Network. And don't forget to super chat. While this is not everything currently planned for the network, it is what I can currently talk about. Once we approach the debut of the network, I'm sure I will do another episode talking about additional shows and things coming to the network. All hail the rise of the Billionaire Podcast Network. May we lead our enemies to paradise. This week's outro song is a dedication to the best Final Fantasy of the PS1 era, Final Fantasy VIII. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Follow us at Podcast the Pod on X, formerly Twitter. This has been Lily Abernathy, signing off.
In the blood and the memories we stand, blades clash, fate in our hands. See the sorcerer's shadows dance on the edge of time's fragile chance. Columns whisper the winds of fate, guardian forces at the gate. Leon hard in the twilight's gleam, a warrior's quest, a dream within a dream. Rise, echo, hear it call, sorcerers rise and fall. Through the ages we prevail, love's destiny sets sail. Junction the power to our core, battle cries forevermore. From Trebius snows to deserts dry, seeds of hope soar the sky. Stars align in a cosmic flow, past and future lend and grow. Eternal love through the strife, together in this endless life. Time's echo, hear it call, sorcerers rise and fall. Through the ages we prevail, love's destiny sets sail. to our core. Battle cries forevermore. From Trevious snows to deserts dry, seeds of hope soar the sky. Stars align in a cosmic flow. Past and future blend and grow. Eternal love through the strife. Together in this endless life. Skies echo, hear it call. Sorceress rise and fall. Through the ages we prevail. Love's destiny set sail.
We're always watching.